is Friday, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libator. We'll get to those stories and more in a moment. First, though, there will be a few passing showers and even some thunderstorms. Meteorologist Hannah Evans joining us now from the Weather Center. And Hannah, I know I heard a few this morning.
Yes, so late last night, early this morning, we saw lightning, thunder, and then it will continue a little bit this morning, and another round is possible this afternoon.
Nothing too severe, though.
No, it doesn't look to be that way. Maybe the ones in the afternoon could be a little bit, but we're keeping an eye out on it. Let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery. Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This morning, those heavier thunderstorms have moved off into the east, but we are seeing some weaker thunderstorms kind of moving through the north right now, one in Lewis County and one just north of Old Forge. Otherwise, we are mostly dry to start, and we're warmer and humid. We are seeing temperatures in the 60s. We have 63 degrees in Richfield Springs and in Whitesboro. The unsettled weather continues today. We see another round of stronger thunderstorms come in this afternoon. The good news is that we dry out tonight with beautiful weather coming in this weekend, and more storms come in early next week. So for today, expect those scattered thunderstorms to pick back up early afternoon. We'll reach the mid-70s, and I will talk a little bit more about these thunderstorms coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Let's get right to it now. Former President.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. We are just seeing a few pop-up thunderstorms this morning, but the chance of rain really increases just around noon, as you can see here, and then it decreases again this evening. So we will be dry by this evening, and then we will be seeing a dry day tomorrow and a dry day on Sunday. So if you did have to do any yard work, like mow your lawn or anything, I would just say no for today, because the grass is probably still wet this morning from some thunderstorms last night, and then we will be seeing more thunderstorms later. But great weekend to do any yard work. Tomorrow and Sunday, they're both going to be nice days with some sunshine and dry conditions. So if you did want to do anything outside, perfect weekend for that. The humidity decreases again as well. Will be a little bit warmer on Sunday, low 80s, and then upper 70s for Saturday. Gary.
Hannah, thanks. A Rome company says it may.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with a few pop-up thunderstorms this morning, and we will continue to be unsettled today. But let's take a look now at downtown Utica. We are dry in downtown Utica at this point. The roads may still be a little bit wet from last night. We did see thunderstorms and lightning roll through. At this point, we're just seeing a few thunderstorms up north. This is our Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. As you can see, just north of Boonville, north of Old Forge, a few weaker thunderstorms moving through, and then a passing shower moving through just south of Utica at this point. This is all ahead of this cold front that we are seeing moving in along with the low pressure system. This approaches early afternoon, and it will bring in another round of thunderstorms for this afternoon and early evening before we do dry out tonight. Our temperatures are a little bit warmer. We're in the 60s, 63 degrees in Whitesboro, 64 degrees in Westmoreland and Deansboro, and looking to the south, we have 65 degrees in Cooperstown, 62 degrees in Skenevis. Still a little bit muggy outside, 61 degrees for that dew point. It will remain humid today, but that humidity will drop for the weekend. So this afternoon, it is possible to see some stronger storms compared to what we did see last night, especially south and east of Utica. So we are at a level 2 south and east of Utica. That's a slight risk of seeing some severe weather. The rest of us, which looks to be for the northern part of the Mohawk Valley and up north, just at a level 1 marginal risk once again. The main concern is going to be gusty winds and heavy rain, very similar to yesterday, but we cannot rule out the possibility of hail for this afternoon. So keep that in mind. The storms may be a little bit stronger this afternoon because we are at that level 2 slight risk. That means they are going to be more scattered rather than isolated. They're still going to be short-lived, but gusty winds, heavy rain is definitely possible. The good news is that the beautiful weather does come back for the weekend. We're going to be a little bit warmer, upper 70s tomorrow, low 80s Sunday. Beautiful weather, low humidity, great weekend ahead to spend outside. But today, different story. We're starting out with a few pop-up thunderstorms this morning. Just around noon, we will be seeing that cold front moves through, which does bring in some more scattered showers and thunderstorms, as we can see here, especially south and east of Utica. But by this evening, we look dry, and then overnight, we will dry out with the low in the 50s. The humidity will drop as well. Then as we head into tomorrow, low humidity, beautiful weather. At noon tomorrow, we'll be in the low 70s and the upper 70s for the high temperature with a little bit of a breeze and sunshine. So for today, expect some more scattered thunderstorms to move through this afternoon. We'll be in the mid 70s and we'll still be a little bit humid, but we're all dried out by tonight with the low in the upper 50s. The humidity decreases for a really nice, beautiful weekend with sunshine. Sunshine is expected both tomorrow and Sunday, with unsettled weather returning early next week. Carrie.
Get through today, and we got 2 gorgeous days coming up.
Yes, I'm excited. Perfect timing for the weekend, too.
Forget about today, right?
Yes.
The time right now is 5:20. I'm Gary Libator. More storms are on the horizon. Meteorologist Hannah Evans joining us now from the Weather Center. And Hannah, I know I heard some thunder and a little bit of lightning this morning, but nothing too intense here locally.
Yes, so nothing too intense yet. It may be a little bit stronger when we see more storms this afternoon, as today does remain unsettled still.
Keep an eye out over there.
Yes, definitely this afternoon. So let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This morning it is possible to see a passing shower or pop-up thunderstorm. We're seeing a little thunderstorm just in the Old Forge area, a shower moving through Little Falls at this point. Otherwise, we are mostly dry with thunderstorms expected again early afternoon today. We're already warm to start. We're in the 60s. We have 64 degrees in Cooperstown, Earlville, and Westmoreland, 62 degrees in Little Falls, and we're still a little bit muggy with that unsettled weather continuing. The timing of the thunderstorms this afternoon looks to be around noon, but we look to be dry by the evening with beautiful weather coming in for the weekend. So enjoy this weekend because it looks like the unsettled weather returns for early next week. As for the rest of today, once again, thunderstorms are possible for the rest of the afternoon. We'll reach the mid 70s and be a little bit muggy. I will talk more about these thunderstorms coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Multiple people were injured after a major storm made its way through Alabama. The storms brought down trees and knocked out power for thousands. At least 10 people were injured, 4 of them sent to the hospital. Debris was scattered for miles. 2 U.S. Navy sailors have been arrested, accused of spying for China. Both men are accused of sharing national defense information with Chinese intelligence in exchange for money. Jen Sullivan.
Welcome back. This morning on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, we can see a passing shower just moving through the Little Falls area, a little thunderstorm moving through the Old Forge area. But any showers and thunderstorms we see this morning are going to be weaker. We are going to be seeing another round of thunderstorms coming in early afternoon, ending by the evening, but they may be a little bit stronger at times. Today will be in the mid to upper 70s, still humid outside, but the good news is that once these move through this afternoon, we'll dry out for a really nice and beautiful weekend with low humidity, highs in the upper 70s Saturday, low 80s Sunday, but the unsettled weather returns for Monday and Tuesday. It's still going to be warmer and more humid on those days as well. So today, storms are possible to be a little bit stronger than yesterday, especially south and east of Utica. That level 2 slight risk, that's that yellow color. So keep that in mind for this afternoon. Gary.
Anna, thanks. There are more ticks in more places.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with cloudy skies this morning. A passing shower is possible, and it remains unsettled today. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. Cloudy and muggy to start. We are going to be seeing another round of thunderstorms move through this afternoon after we did see and hear some overnight last night. At this point, we are just seeing a few pop-up showers and storms. This is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. They are weakening as they move through. As we can see, a little shower just moved through the Little Falls area and a thunderstorm shower moving through the Old Forge area. But at this point, we are mostly dry. The cold front with the low pressure system is just to the west of us. That approaches early afternoon, and along that cold front, more thunderstorms form. It is possible they are a little bit stronger than what we did see last night. Our temperatures to start are in the 60s, 62 degrees in Dowdesville, Little Falls, and in Whitesboro. And if we take a look to the south, we have 65 degrees in Sherburne and in Cooperstown, 62 degrees in Skenevis. Still a little bit muggy outside, 61 degrees for that dew point. It will remain humid today, but it decreases for a nice weekend. We are seeing unsettled weather again today, though. So this afternoon, another round of thunderstorms is possible once the cold front moves through. And at this point, it is possible they are a little bit stronger than what we did see last night because the Storm Prediction Center has us in a level 2 slight risk. That's that yellow color. That looks to be south and east of Utica. But with this slight risk, the main concern is going to be gusty winds, heavy rain, possibly causing some flooding issues. And then we cannot rule out the possibility of some hail. But level 2, not as bad as level 3. We did see that, I think, a day last week. So we are just expecting to see scattered thunderstorms. They're still going to be short-lived, but we cannot rule out hail and gusty winds along with possibly some flooding issues. The good news is that we do dry out for the weekend, though. Sunshine both days, upper 70s tomorrow with low humidity, low 80s on Sunday with low humidity. A beautiful weekend ahead to spend outside. A different story today, though. A few pop-up showers are possible this morning with that cold front approaching just around noon. We do see scattered thunderstorms move through. They are going to be a little bit stronger south and east of Utica. We are dry by tonight, and overnight that humidity will decrease and will fall into the upper 50s. So tomorrow we will be seeing low humidity and sunshine. We'll be in the low 70s at noon, upper 70s for the high temperature with beautiful weather expected. So for the rest of today, expect one last day of unsettled weather. We see scattered thunderstorms this afternoon and early evening as we reach the mid 70s, but we will be drying out overnight. The humidity decreases for a really nice and beautiful weekend. Sunshine both Saturday and Sunday, upper 70s tomorrow, low 80s on Sunday, and make sure you enjoy it because the unsettled weather makes a return early next week, Gary.
A lot to look forward to for this weekend.
Yes, so came at the perfect time.
That's for sure. Let's get through today. Hannah, thanks. The time right now is 5:51. Joining us, I'm Gary Libitor. We'll get to those stories and more in a moment. First, though, the continuing possibility of some thunderstorms. Meteorologist Hannah Evans joining us now from the Weather Center. And we did hear some overnight, but not too bad.
Yes, they weren't too bad, just a lot of lightning. And then this morning, we're mostly dry at this point. There's another round of thunderstorms possible this afternoon, though.
Those are the ones you're watching out for.
Yes, they may be a little bit stronger, so we're keeping an eye out for them. Let's take a look now at the York Full Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This morning, just a passing shower is possible. We did just see a few small thunderstorms move through. We look mostly dry at this point other than a shower just south of Old Forge. And once again, it remains unsettled through the rest of today. Our temperatures are in the 60s to start. We're still muggy outside as well. 62 degrees in Whitesboro and Little Falls and 63 degrees in Richfield Springs with that unsettled weather continuing this afternoon. We dry out by tonight and we will be seeing beautiful sunny weather for the weekend with low humidity. So make sure you enjoy this weekend because more storms come in early next week. So for today, expect scattered thunderstorms between the hours of noon and looks like 4 or 5 p.m. and then we do dry out. I will talk a little bit more about these thunderstorms coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Let's get right to it now. Former President Donald Trump.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. It is possible to see more thunderstorms this afternoon. They look to come in just before noon, and then they do continue for the afternoon, but we look to dry out by this evening. And then we will be seeing a dry day tomorrow and a nice dry day on Sunday. So if you did have any yard work to do or anything like that, I would just say no altogether today if you did want to mow your lawn because the grass is still wet this morning, and then we see more thunderstorms this afternoon. But the weekend looks nice for that. Tomorrow and Sunday will be dry with sunshine. Beautiful weather is expected. It will be a little bit cooler on Saturday compared to Sunday, upper 70s and then low 80s on Sunday. Both days we see really low humidity and overall just beautiful weather. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. A Rome company may double its work.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with cloudy skies this morning, and today does remain unsettled. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. Cloudy skies, and a bit muggy to start. We are going to be seeing more scattered thunderstorms move through this afternoon after we did see some last night. Here is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The thunderstorms that we heard and saw the lightning last night from, they have moved off into the east. At this point, we are mostly dry, but we are tracking a cold front to our west with the low pressure system. It approaches by early afternoon, and that's when we start to see the possibility of some more scattered thunderstorms. The good news is, though, that we are dry by tonight, and we will be seeing dry weather this weekend. Our sky watchers have us in the 60s this morning, 65 degrees in Clinton and 63 degrees in New Hartford and Westdale. If we take a look to the south, 63 degrees in Cooperstown and 64 degrees in Evanston and Westford. So we are a bit warmer than the past couple of days and still muggy outside, 61 degrees for that dew point. It remains humid today, but that humidity does drop for the weekend. This afternoon, we will be seeing more thunderstorms roll through, another round of them. At this point, they do look like they could be stronger than the storms that we saw last night because the Storm Prediction Center has put us in a level 2 slight risk. We see that yellow color. The stronger storms are going to be south and east of Utica, and the main concern within these storms is gusty winds for one, and then 2, heavy rain that we could be seeing some possible flooding issues in poor drainage areas, and then we cannot rule out the possibility of some hail within these storms. So with that level 2 category, that means there will be more of them. There will be scattered at this time. They're still going to be short-lived though, but once again, gusty winds, heavy rain is possible, and we cannot rule out the possibility of hail. The good news is, once again, we dry out tonight, a beautiful weekend ahead. Sunshine both days. Will be in the upper 70s tomorrow and the low 80s on Sunday with low humidity. So if you did have anything to do outside, the weekend is great for that. So on our skycast here this morning, we see cloudy skies. That line of thunderstorms does roll through, and then we continue to see scattered showers and thunderstorms for the rest of the afternoon. We will be dry by tonight, though. We fall into the upper 50s, and that humidity starts to decrease. Tomorrow, low humidity, beautiful weather with sunshine, low 70s at noon, upper 70s for the high temperature. So for today, expect scattered thunderstorms to move in. We'll reach the mid-70s, and we will dry out from those thunderstorms tonight with a low in the upper 50s. Beautiful weekend ahead with some sunshine, upper 70s tomorrow, low 80s on Sunday with low humidity, and make sure to enjoy it because the unsettled weather returns early next week. Gary.
We will enjoy the weekend.
Yes, came at the perfect time.
Hannah, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook. More storms are on the horizon. Meteorologist Hannah Evans joining us from the Weather Center with an eye on things over there. And Hannah, you were mentioning the most severe probably this afternoon.
Yes, they could be a little bit stronger this afternoon than what we saw last night, so we're just keeping an eye out on it.
I know I did hear them this morning.
Yes, I did too, and I saw the lightning as well. So let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're all dried out now from last night. It is the possibility to see a pop-up shower here this morning, but it looks like early afternoon we could be seeing another round of thunderstorms moving through that could be stronger. Our temperatures are in the 60s. We have 62 degrees in Whitesboro and 61 degrees in Little Falls and Inlet, and we're still a bit muggy with unsettled weather continuing this afternoon. We dry out tonight, and we will be seeing beautiful, nice weather for the weekend, low humidity once again, so make sure you get outside and enjoy it because the unsettled weather returns early next week. So for today, expect scattered thunderstorms to come in early afternoon. They do end by the early evening. I will talk a little bit more about these storms coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Multiple people were injured after a major storm made its way through Alabama. The storms brought down trees and knocked out power for thousands of people yesterday. At least 10 people were injured, 4 of them sent to hospitals. Debris was scattered for miles. A Delaware County man is facing charges accused of stealing items from the Oneonta Walmart on 2.
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. As of now, we're tracking mostly dry conditions on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, but we did see some thunderstorms move through last night, and we will be seeing some more approach for this afternoon. We'll dry out this evening, and then we'll be warm today, upper 70s, and it will be humid. The good news is that the humidity breaks for the weekend and will be nice and warm, upper 70s tomorrow, low 80s on Sunday with unsettled weather, and upper 70s returning for Monday and Tuesday next week. But for today, we are going to be seeing the possibility of some of those storms being a little bit stronger than what we saw last night. Because of this, the Storm Prediction Center put south and east of Utica in a level 2 slight risk of seeing some severe weather this afternoon. The main concern is going to be heavy winds and heavy rain. Gary.
Thank you. There are more ticks in more places.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with cloudy skies this morning, and today will remain unsettled. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. We are cloudy, but we were all dried out from the thunderstorms last night. We will continue to see another round of thunderstorms come in, though, this afternoon. Here's a look now at our Yorkville Battery. Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. At this point, we're mostly dry, but a pop-up shower or thunderstorm is possible. We did just see some pop-up thunderstorms in the Old Forge area just come in just now. And this is all due to this cold front that's approaching with the low pressure system. Once it does move into our region, we will be seeing some thunderstorms form along that. Thunderstorms are going to be possible for this afternoon and early evening. Our sky watchers have us in the 60s to start, 65 degrees in Clinton, 63 degrees in New Hartford and Westdale. If we take a look to the south, we have 65 degrees in Milford and Lawrence, so it is warm and still muggy this morning. 61 degrees for the dew points. It is going to remain humid today as it remains unsettled with severe weather risk this afternoon. So it looks like the Storm Prediction Center has put most of our area in a level 2 slight risk of seeing severe weather. So those thunderstorms are going to be a little bit stronger than what we saw last night. But the main concern is going to be gusty winds and heavy rain. With that heavy rain, possibly some flooding, especially in poor drainage areas, and then we cannot rule out the possibility of hail. So the timing of this looks to be around noon to 5 p.m. And once again, that slight risk means that we will be seeing more scattered thunderstorms. They're still going to be short-lived, though. The main concern is going to be those high winds and the heavy rain, possibly some flooding, especially in poor drainage areas, and then maybe some hail. So that's for this afternoon. The good news is that we do dry out tonight. So Nala and her neighbor today are a little bit nervous. Nala was scared of the thunderstorms last night, so today Leo is offering to share his squishmallow with her to kind of help her feel better, so she's happy about that. But once again, today they will stay inside as thunderstorms are going to be possible. We'll dry out for a beautiful weekend just in time. Sunshine both tomorrow and Sunday, upper 70s tomorrow, low 80s on Sunday. Both days with low humidity, so great days to spend outside. But not today. We will be seeing a round of thunderstorms. Looks to be late morning, early afternoon with some more pop-up thunderstorms for the rest of the afternoon. We'll reach the mid-70s, and then overnight we will dry out with a low in the upper 50s. We'll be seeing some clouds tomorrow morning, but they make way for beautiful sunshine, low 70s at noon. Upper 70s for the high temperature with low humidity and a little bit of a breeze. So expect some scattered thunderstorms today, especially in the early afternoon. We'll reach the mid-70s, and then tonight we will dry out with a low in the upper 50s. That humidity will decrease as well for a really nice and beautiful weekend with sunshine. So make sure you enjoy it because thunderstorms return early next week, Gary.
A little rocky road except for the weekend.
Yes, so it came in just in time, the nice weather.
And be careful this afternoon.
Yes, for sure.
That's for sure. The time right now is 6:50.
From where the news comes first, this is News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW11.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Libitor, and meteorologist Hannah Evans will join us now, right from the Weather Center, with a look at some possible severe storms later today.
Yes, so this afternoon we are going to be seeing some thunderstorms, and it's possible they're a little bit stronger than what they were last night. So we're just keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, we did hear them this morning.
Yes, so early this morning, saw the lightning and heard them. So let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery. Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Those storms have since moved out. A pop-up shower or a thunderstorm is possible this morning, but we do look mostly dry at this point with those storms moving off into the east. And then we do see another round possible early afternoon today. Temperatures are in the 60s. We have 61 degrees in Inlet, 62 degrees in Little Falls. We'll reach the mid-70s today and will still be humid as it does remain unsettled this afternoon. The good news is that we dry out tonight with beautiful weather and sunshine, low humidity for the weekend. So make sure you enjoy it because it does turn unsettled again early next week. So expect scattered thunderstorms to come in this afternoon. Highs will be in the mid-70s and it will be humid. And then we'll talk a little bit more about these storms coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Some local elected leaders are trying to combat.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are going to continue to see unsettled weather today. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. Cloudy skies to start. We are dried out now, but there is the possibility to see some more thunderstorms this afternoon. Here is a look at our Yorkville Battery. Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. A few thunderstorms to the east of us, a few to the west as well, but our area is dry. This cold front is approaching, and along this cold front, thunderstorms will develop. They look to move through, I would say, early afternoon and continue for the evening, but we do dry out tonight. Our sky watchers have us in the 60s this morning. We have 65 degrees in Clinton, and then if we take a look to the south, still in the 60s, 63 degrees in Cooperstown. We're still a little bit muggy this morning, 62 degrees for that dew point. We will remain humid today before it drops for the weekend. But there is the possibility for these thunderstorms this afternoon to be a little bit stronger than yesterday. So because of this, the Storm Prediction Center put us in a level 2 slight risk of seeing some severe thunderstorms. The main concern is going to be gusty winds, heavy rain that could cause some localized flooding, and then we cannot rule out the possibility of hail. So that level 2 means that there is going to be more thunderstorms that are scattered rather than pop up or isolated. They're still going to be short-lived though, but we cannot rule out hail. Gusty winds are going to be the main concern, along with heavy rain that could cause some flooding in poor drainage areas. So this heads in this afternoon, but we will be dry by tonight, and we will be seeing a beautiful weekend ahead with sunshine, upper 70s tomorrow, low 80s on Sunday, and that humidity drops as well. So if you do have anything to do outside, great weekend for that. But not today. On our Skycast, we are going to be seeing a line of thunderstorms move through early afternoon. We'll be seeing peaks of sunshine as well, and we'll reach the mid-70s. It still is going to be humid. A few pop-up thunderstorms continue this evening, but then we do dry out tonight. The humidity decreases as well, and then we will be seeing some sunshine tomorrow. Low 70s at noon tomorrow, upper 70s for the high temperature. Beautiful weather with a little bit of a breeze. So for today, we are continuing to see unsettled weather. Scattered thunderstorms are possible this afternoon that could become severe at times. We'll reach the mid-70s, and then tonight that humidity will decrease as we dry out. The weekend looks really nice with low humidity and sunshine. We'll be in the low upper 70s tomorrow and the low 80s on Sunday. So make sure you enjoy it because unsettled weather returns for the beginning of next week.
Begin with the weather and the chance for some severe thunderstorms. Let's head right over to the Weather Center where meteorologist Hannah Evans is tracking it all. And Hannah, we just heard some right above us.
Yes, we just heard some thunder. We are seeing scattered thunderstorms at this hour, and this morning they were severe. Here is our Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. I'll start out with the severe one. There is a severe thunderstorm warning until 12:15. This is for the Trenton area. It is kind of moving towards Norway and Ohio as well. This has 60 miles per hour wind gusts with quarter-size hail, so be careful of that just north of Utica. We're also seeing some non-severe thunderstorms in Otsego County, but for the rest of this afternoon, scattered thunderstorms are going to be possible. We are in a slight risk for today for severe weather. High winds and heavy rain is going to be the main concern, and then once again, hail is possible as well, but we've been seeing with most of our thunderstorms this morning. They continue into this afternoon. We dry out tonight with a beautiful weekend ahead. Nice and sunny for tomorrow and Sunday, but we are going to be seeing the unsettled weather return early next week. So for the rest of today, expect scattered thunderstorms to continue. I will talk a little bit more about these storms coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. And we are following breaking news from before 11 o'clock. We heard there was a roof blown off of a building, and Herkimer County Emergency Management officials said that it happened at the Snyder's Apartments right there, and that's at 2 West Main Street in Little Falls. Our crew on the scene tells us that part of West Main Street is closed due to the storm damage. Glen Ave and West Main is closed, and police are not letting traffic through from North Ann Street or Church Street to South Ann Street. There are reportedly many trees and power lines down all across the Little Falls area. Of course, we'll keep you updated and have much more for you coming up hopefully later in the newscast. Well, we have been reporting on what a violent past couple of weeks.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are continuing to track thunderstorms this afternoon that could become severe. Let's take a look now at our Utica National Tower camera overlooking Main Street in Cooperstown. As we can see, roads are wet. We did just see a thunderstorm move through this area, but now the sun's out. When the sun comes out, when it's thunderstorming on days of unsettled weather, that actually helps produce stronger thunderstorms. So we are going to continue to see thunderstorms for this afternoon. Right now, we're still tracking a severe thunderstorm. This should expire in about a minute, but it just moved through the Marcy, Rome area as well as Trenton, just north of Utica. And with this thunderstorm, we saw 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This was sent in by Amy Sutherland. This is from Stittsville in this area. A look at that hail. So this continues this afternoon. It's possible to see really gusty winds, heavy rain at times, and hail. This is all due to this cold front and this low pressure system approaching. And along this front, the thunderstorms are forming. This does continue for the rest of the afternoon. We dry out tonight. Our sky watchers have us mainly in the 70s. We have 76 degrees in Clinton and 73 degrees in Ilion. Pretty humid at this hour, 66 degrees for that dew point. It remains humid today before the humidity decreases for the weekend. So for the rest of this afternoon, we are under a slight risk for seeing severe thunderstorms from the Storm Prediction Center. That is in the Utica area, the Mohawk Valley, and south of the Mohawk Valley. The north is just in a level 1 marginal risk. So high winds are a concern, along with heavy rain, possibly some flooding issues in poor drainage areas. And hail is likely at this point. Anytime there's a severe thunderstorm, looks like hail is accompanying that today. We are going to continue to see scattered thunderstorms for the rest of the afternoon. They're really short-lived. They move through within 20 to 30 minutes, but gusty winds between those thunderstorms, heavy rain at times, and hail is possible. So Nala and her neighbor today are a little bit upset because of the thunderstorms. Today she is saying hi to Leo, and Nala is a little bit scared, so Leo is sharing his stuffed animal with her this afternoon as they continue to see thunderstorms through the window as they're watching out the window. But the good news is by dinner time, like I'll say 5, 6, maybe even like 7, that's when we will be drying out and the unsettled weather should be over. So for the rest of the afternoon, we will be seeing peaks of sunshine. That does fuel stronger storms, though. Pop-up scattered thunderstorms are going to continue. And then by tonight, we do dry out. The humidity starts to decrease as well. And we will be seeing really nice weather tomorrow and Sunday. Tomorrow will reach the lower 70s at noon and the upper 70s for the high temperature with that low humidity, sunshine, and a little bit of a breeze. So pop-up scattered thunderstorms are possible for the rest of the day. They could be severe at times. Make sure to keep an eye on the sky and then keep updated with us here at WKTV. Then tonight we dry out to partly cloudy skies. The humidity starts to decrease and we see beautiful weather over the weekend with sunshine. Enjoy that because the unsettled weather returns next week. Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Ready or not, the fall respiratory virus season is approaching. Welcome back. We begin this half hour once again with the weather and the chance for more severe thunderstorms this afternoon. Let's head right over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Hannah Evans is actually tracking one right now in our area here in Utica. Right, Hannah?
Yes, Gary, we are seeing some pop-up thunderstorms this afternoon, and they will continue. They will end tonight. Here is our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This one, the warning just ended on it. It was a severe thunderstorm. Now they took off the warning, but it's still producing gusty winds, and that blue color is hail moving through, and that is just moving towards Newport and Coldbrook area at this point. So keep that in mind at this hour. The rest of us are mostly dry. If we look here, we did just see a few thunderstorms move throughout Seago County as well. But because of all these thunderstorms, the National Weather Service did just put out a severe thunderstorm watch until 8 p.m. They're just kind of watching our area. It is possible to continue to see severe thunderstorms until 8 p.m. this evening. But once we dry out, beautiful weather comes in for the weekend with sunshine, low humidity, and make sure you enjoy it because more storms return early next week. So today, thunderstorms will continue. We'll reach the upper 70s and be humid. I will talk a little bit more about these thunderstorms coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. We are following breaking news from these storms late this morning. Shortly before 11 o'clock, we heard there was a roof blown off of a building, and Herkimer County emergency management officials say it happened right there at the Snyder's Apartments at 2 West Main Street in Little Falls. Our crew on the scene tells us that part of West Main Street is closed due to the storm damage in the area. Plenty of trees and power lines down as well. Now Glen Ave and West Main is closed, and police are not letting traffic through from North Ann Street or Church Street to South Ann Street. There are reportedly, again, many trees and power lines all across the Little Falls area. Also, there are several power outages in the Little Falls area, impacting nearly 300 homes. We're told McDonald's in Little Falls right now is without power as well. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we do learn more. And once again, as we told you earlier, all trains.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We continue to see unsettled weather today with severe thunderstorms possible. Let's take another look now at the Cavie Tower Cam, where we can see some dark clouds, a few peaks of sunshine off into the distance, and then we are seeing that heavy rain now on top here of Smith Hill. And if we take a look at our Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, the last time that I spoke to you, this wasn't a warning. Now it is another warning. We have a warning here just to the east and north of Utica, just past Marcy. This is a severe thunderstorm warning until 1 p.m. And we also have another warning right here until 1:30 p.m. This little storm moving through is bringing 60 miles per hour wind gusts. That blue color is that quarter-sized hail and lots of lightning strikes at this hour. That's kind of the only really storm that we're looking at that's moving through at this time. But once again, some hail is possible, really gusty winds. This was sent in by Amy Sutherland from Stittville from this very storm with a look at that hail that's falling down within it. Here's our radar and satellite. It is showing that these storms are all developing along this cold front and slow pressure system. Kind of even looks like it's popping up out of nowhere. They all are developing along this cold front, and we will continue to see thunderstorms for the rest of the afternoon. They are going to be scattered and kind of like pop-up thunderstorms. Because of this, National Weather Service has our severe thunderstorm watch. All the counties in pink, that's until 8 p.m. They also just issued a flood advisory for the Utica area, this green, until 2:30 p.m. from that storm. The heavy rain that's falling down at this time could produce some flooding issues, especially in areas of poor drainage. Our skywatchers have us in the 70s. We have 72 degrees in Cassville, 76 degrees in Clinton, and then once again, we're still humid today. The good news is that after today, it does get better. The humidity decreases and a beautiful weekend is expected. But once again, we are in that level 2 slight risk of seeing severe weather. We have been seeing severe thunderstorms for most of the morning with those gusty winds, the heavy rain, and the hail. Those are the 3 main issues with our thunderstorms this afternoon. And then once again, that level 2 risk, it is scattered. They are longer lived than the level 1 risk. They're not too long though, like 20-30 minutes at most when they do move through. But once again, hail is possible, really gusty winds, and possibly some localized flooding. So our skycast shows that we continue to see pop-up scattered thunderstorms for the rest of the afternoon. We look to dry out by this evening around 8 p.m. and then we will be seeing the humidity decrease overnight. We'll start out tomorrow with some clouds, but that makes way for beautiful sunshine, Low 70s at noon, upper 70s for the high temperature with low humidity and really nice weather with just a little bit of a breeze. So expect scattered pop-up thunderstorms for the rest of the day. Just keep an eye out on the sky and then keep updated with us here. And then tonight we will dry out as the humidity starts to decrease. After today, we will be seeing really nice weather for the weekend with sunshine, upper 70s on Saturday, low 80s on Sunday. So enjoy that because the unsettled weather returns early next week. Gary.
Anna, thanks. Brand new this noon, 6-4.
I'm Jason Powell. Kristen is off tonight. There were tornado warnings earlier. There was flooding, trees down. We're going to check live with News Channel 2's Ben Kinney and Skylar, where folks are dealing with floodwaters there in just a moment. First, though, we want to head right over to the Weather Center, where meteorologist Eric Gage is in for Bill tonight. Boy, you've had a busy afternoon already, and it's not quite over yet.
Yeah, it came in. We had a tornado warning in the area for Edmiston as well as some parts of Otsego County. That has since been over. The severe weather risk is slowly coming to an end, but we're not done with it just yet. So here's a look at the radar right now. The indication is showing that we do have a couple more strong storms possible, primarily in the southern valleys. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect heading into parts of San Diego County in Norwich, New Berlin, eventually into the Morris area. This is showing just a little sign of weak rotation, nothing concerning at this point. We did have a tornado warning go through Edmiston. Here's a radar loop of that right there. And thankfully, as the warning was issued, the rotation weakened. There was no confirmation of it. So good news for that as well. The unfortunate thing, though, is we do have reports of wind damage as well as, unfortunately, flooding reports, especially in areas in the Mohawk Valley, in some parts of Schuyler as well. And the bigger picture right now, behind these initial storms, things are generally quieting down. We do have a flash flood warning in effect for a pretty good chunk of Otsego County, especially northern Otsego County at this point, as slow-moving storms continue to move through the area. But again, tonight, after these rounds of showers and storms, things will weaken and quiet down. We do have a very nice weekend, though, on tap as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Look at that full forecast coming up. Back over to you, Jason.
All right, Eric, thank you. Last round of storms to hit Herkimer County.
Is
warnings, flash flood warnings, even a tornado warning, which thankfully was not confirmed. However, things are going to slowly start quieting down and will be a fantastic first weekend of August. Here's a live look at the Cavity Tower, or at least the Nexus camera looking at downtown Utica. Things are quiet for now in most of the Mohawk Valley. We're taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 dot for the radar. We are monitoring a strong storm that should be set to move into a portion of Otsego County, especially New Berlin, entering Morris and Gilbertsville. As well as still our main concern is flooding for areas in northern Otsego County as this slow-moving storm is continuing to push its way to the south and to the east. Behind that, though, there are some storms to the north, but you notice they are fizzling out. And that'll be the story for tonight as lingering rain showers and storms do fizzle out and come to an end. And behind that, fantastic weather this weekend. A foggy start Saturday, highs approaching the upper 70s by the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, only a small chance for a brief shower or drizzle. For Sunday, though, even more beautiful with highs reaching the upper 70s to low 80s. Now, humidity will be noticeable. It won't be like we experienced earlier on this week with what it felt like fall with dew points in the 40s. But still, it's lower compared to the past couple of days and definitely way more low than Monday and Tuesday as humidity returns as well as rain and storm chances. So definitely enjoy the outdoor weather for Saturday. This is all due to a very strong cold front approaching from the northwest. This will slowly push its way through central New York. And again, behind that, though, we do have high pressure bringing in dry weather, at least briefly for the next few days. So to our Skycast tonight, looking at mostly quiet conditions, a stray shower or storm which will weaken and slowly come to an end. By 7 a.m. tomorrow, patchy, dense fog in areas that saw some pretty significant rainfall today. That will slowly come to an end by the late morning to early afternoon as sunshine peaks out. Temperatures warm up into the upper 70s. And again, a brief chance of a light shower, but the chances for there are low. Chilly overnight tomorrow night with lows down into the upper 40s to low 50s. And then clear skies for early Sunday morning. Increasing high-level clouds shouldn't block out the sun too much, with highs approaching the upper 70s to low 80s, with again plenty of sunshine and just a fantastic weekend of weather. So recap tonight, a low 57, partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow a nice day, high of 79 degrees. Our 7-day forecast, after beautiful weather for Saturday and Sunday, we are monitoring some showers and storms Monday that could be on the stronger side. Those linger into Tuesday, into a bit of a dry stretch for Wednesday and the start of Thursday, but rain showers again do return. So for now, although we're dodging the excessive heat in the southwest, this is what we get in return. We get the train of showers and storms on and off through the next several weeks.
We prefer they be a little more off than they were today.
Yeah, hopefully so.
All right, thanks very much, Eric. Coming up, why some people are mosquito magnets and others could sit outside all day and never feel a bite. And 2 U.S. sailors face charges related to this. Kristen is off tonight. All eyes are on the sky as unsettled weather continues tonight. News Channel 2's meteorologist Eric Gage in the Weather Center right now with the very latest.
Yeah, we do have additional pictures sent in from storm damage in some parts of the area. First off, this one, no location here, but it was a tree that fell on a power line. Obviously, you can see it smoking right there, sent in from Michael. We do have pictures of flooding on roads. This is from Jim on Steuben Road in Poland, showing a completely washed out road. And just a reminder for those of you that do end up approaching a road that does look like this, to just turn around, don't drive through that, because there is a high risk of hurting yourself in case you don't realize how far deep the floodwater is. Also, we do have a picture of what looks like Christmas in August. We have hail that came down in Schuyler, sent in by Sarah, and just again, pretty active storms today. We do have an update. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Otsego County, currently in an area just to the south of Edmiston. You notice this is currently moving through Sherburne, just into parts of Norwich now, and the areas expected to be seeing this look to be Lawrence and Morris, and eventually, as it pushes its way to the east, Otsego, and eventually Oneonta. So behind that, though, we're looking at mostly quiet weather. Storms to the north are slowly fizzling out. And for the night tonight, things will quiet down. We do have nice weather expected for this coming weekend before more unsettled weather returns by Monday and Tuesday. I'll break it all down in the full forecast coming up. Back over to you, Jason.
All right, Eric, thank you. 2 American sailors have been arrested.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening, filling in for Bill for tonight, and we do have some updates regarding warnings as well as flooding reports. So first, let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, top of the radar. Most of our area, especially in the Mohawk Valley, is currently quiet. However, to the south, we do have a pretty strong storm moving through central Otsego County, producing some pretty gusty winds indicated on our velocity scan right here. And on top of that, we do have reports of flooding. Real quick, I want to get them explained. So just south of Edmiston, we have a report of Route 80 being flooded, as well as a parking lot being flooded a little bit to the west, or a little bit to the east, just in between the roads of Route 205, in between Chase and Garrettsville. So on top of that, this warning that is currently moving through central Otsego County has a potential for producing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as hail, which has been confirmed in Norwich, as well as obvious lightning and flooding concerns, locally heavy downpours. Just a heads up if you are in central Otsego County. But to the bigger picture, we are noticing some more spotty storms to the north. They are still fizzling out at this point as they reach our area. We'll continue to monitor these, but the risk for these storms developing anything severe at this point looks to be little to none. After this active weather, though, things are looking very nice for this weekend. Temperatures starting out tomorrow in the mid to upper 60s, a foggy start, but we do expect plenty of sunshine and highs approaching the upper 70s. A stray pop-up shower possible, but the chances there are low. For Sunday, beautiful conditions as well, highs reaching the upper 70s to low 80s with some mixture of high-level clouds, but sunshine should be pretty prevalent in the area. So we do have noticeable humidity, although not too bad, at least compared to the past couple days, and definitely compared to Monday and Tuesday, as humidity returns on the high side, along with that too, some scattered showers and storms. And of course, on Monday, some of them could be on the stronger side. Radar and satellite is showing a very strong cold front slowly sweeping into central New York. Behind that, though, we do have a dry air mass in Canada that will bring us quiet weather for the next few days. So look at our skycast. Tonight, things will quiet down, clouds will gradually diminish, and then fog will start to form in areas that saw some pretty heavy rainfall already, with temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Tomorrow morning, mid to upper 60s, and then by the afternoon, highs reaching the upper 70s with plenty of sunshine. Again, that stray shower chance still is very low. Chilly temperatures overnight tomorrow night, lows down into the upper 40s to low 50s, and then nice weather for Sunday with sunshine and temperatures climbing up into the upper 70s to low 80s. So again tonight, low 57 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, a high of 79, a very nice day. Our 7-day forecast after today, or at least as for Saturday and Sunday, scattered showers and storms for Monday and Tuesday, highs approaching the mid to upper 70s once more. And then for Thursday and Friday, more rain showers do dry out briefly on Wednesday.
Kristen is off tonight. You probably saw, heard, and maybe even felt them. Strong thunderstorms moved through our viewing area this afternoon, flooding roadways, downing trees, damaging buildings. We also actually saw some sun today. So what's it going to be for the rest of the night? Let's go right over to meteorologist Eric Gage for the answers. Good evening, Eric.
Good evening, Jason. Yeah, we do have even more updates regarding some of these storms moving through Otsego County. We're thinking there's an increased risk for considerable flash flooding, especially in the area right here that is circled in blue. In Edmiston, parts of Milford. If I zoom in a little bit, we can actually see some more of these towns just north of Morris, as a matter of fact, and also including Hartwick. It's due to some slow-moving storms that are just moving over the same area for at least an hour or so behind the initial round of showers that moved through earlier on today. So just a heads up for those of you in this area to be cautious of seeing flooded roadways, avoid them if possible. And for the most part, we do have some more severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, mainly gusty winds, hail being the primary concern, as well as lightning. But for the rest of us tonight, things will slowly quiet down as we are expecting a very nice weekend weather-wise with sunshine and lower humidity. I'll explain in more detail what to expect for the weekend, plus next week ahead coming up. Back to you, Jason.
Eric, thank you. And a reminder, if you see water on the roadways, turn around, don't drown. For homeowners who've repeatedly suffered from flooding storms like today, it's terrifying. And there are a handful of those homeowners on Herkimer Road and Schuyler who stood helpless today as the rain claimed more of their belongings. News Channel 2's Ben Kinney takes us there live right now on Herkimer Road. Ben, good evening.
Yeah, Jay, good evening. These are the same houses that in 2019 were flooded out. These same residents that had to be rescued by boat, and again, they relived that nightmare this afternoon. You can see the water has gone down substantially. I'm going to step out of the shot here for just a second. When I arrived here, the water was all the way past this driveway. That black car that you see in the background was completely submerged when I first got here. Again, about an hour and a half ago now. The water has gone down. The cleanup has begun. The residents here tell me this is not as bad as 2019. However, they did have to be rescued. Again, a family of 5 had to be rescued. We have that video for you right here. The Ilion Fire Department actually bringing in a rowboat to help rescue the family. We are just about a mile from Lock 19. Now, the issue is a creek that is behind this house that actually runs into the barge canal. That was the issue that caused the flooding here in 2019. And yet again, it's caused flooding once more. Again, the good news here, and it seems almost cliche, we say this every time, No injuries or deaths reported here, just some pretty heavy damage tonight, Jason.
All right, News Channel 2's Ben Kinney reporting from Schuyler. Thank you. Portion of a roof was ripped off of an apartment building and several trees down in Herkimer County as the earlier round of storms ripped through this morning. News Channel 2's Matt Bro reports.
A storm rolled through the city of Little Falls this morning, destroying trees and leaving many homes and businesses without power. At around 11 a.m., a call came in reporting that the vacant Schneider's apartments on West Main Street suffered roof damage. This was just one of the locations affected by the storm. Down the road at the intersection of Glen Ave and West Main Street, a tree had fallen on some power lines, causing businesses and homes to lose power instantly.
They said we were going to get a storm. The rain came real hard. The wind came up. It was probably a 3-4 minute windstorm with thunder and lightning, and then the power went out.
It was reported by National Grid that there were nearly 300 power outages in Little Falls at the height of the storm. One of those outages happened at the Dustin residence on West Main Street, where a tree that was a few feet away from the one that hit the power lines landed in the yard and on the house.
It was pretty scary because as soon as I came in, I literally closed the door. The big tree out front of my house fell as soon as I got inside.
With the extensive cleanup underway, the power in the area was out for nearly 4 hours. This caused many issues for local businesses.
We're hoping some of our product doesn't go bad without refrigeration. We moved everything into the big cooler, but if it stays off too much longer, we'll probably lose a lot of our milk products, our dairy products.
Reporting from Little Falls, I'm Matthew Bro, News Channel 2.
Matt, thank you. Another round of storms this afternoon brought the heavy rains and winds. You saw some of that in Schuyler. This is Higbee Road in New Hartford. Large tree falls down over the road. Take a look at this. Huge. They had to bring in special crews to get the tree off the road. Now, we have also heard reports that Albany Road and Higbee Road was washed out this afternoon. That was a couple of hours ago. Extra manpower called in to assist with all this situation. Wow, a lot of news today, and this one coming from just east of us. All Amtraks from Amsterdam to Schenectady closed, all due to a train derailment there, halting all Amtrak trains in and out of Utica as well. And State Route 5 in Amsterdam is closed in that area, maybe closed until late Saturday or early Sunday. Take a look at this video. Unbelievable. It happened just after 8 this morning, involved a train going from Selkirk to Buffalo. 13 of the 157 cars were involved in this derailment. That's according to CSX. 9 of them were empty tank cars, thank goodness. State DOT officials say nobody was hurt, but they are urging the people to stay away from Route 5 there. A detour can be found at WKTV.com. Now, Governor Hochul released this statement. Quote, I have directed state personnel to provide all necessary assistance to local emergency response officials, New York State Police, Office of Fire Prevention and Control, and Department of Transportation officials. They're all on site to monitor the situation, assist with response, and manage traffic. Now, the impacts of that train derailment, of course, being felt all over the state, but especially right here in Utica, where all trains in and out of Union Station, as I mentioned, are canceled. That includes the Lakeshore.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good evening. Severe thunderstorms are still moving through some portions of Otsego County. I'll give you guys the very latest right now. First off, we have several flash flooding reports of flooded roadways in between the town of Edmiston and the town of Milford, just south of Burlington and just south and to the west of Cooperstown, as well as Hartwick. And most of these are flooded parking lots, flooded roadways. I'll also report that Route 80 is flooded. So just a heads up, we do have a considerable concern for areas in this circled area in my blue arrow of flash flooding concern. There is also severe thunderstorm warnings producing some gusty winds as well as hail pushing through other portions of southern Otsego County and central Chenango County at this point, and one of these is showing some signs of rotation right here. I'll keep an eye on this one, but this is definitely near the very bottom of the storm track, which does have the potential of producing a rotation. Other than that, though, As we head into this weekend, looking at very nice weather. Temperatures tomorrow climbing into the mid to upper 70s with a foggy start, but plenty of sunshine expected in the afternoon. And similar weather, although slightly warmer, expected for Sunday with beautiful conditions and temperatures climbing up in the upper 70s to low 80s. So the bigger picture, we are continuing to follow this very strong line of showers and storms from a cold front. And as this continues to push its way out to the Atlantic, we do have dry air in Canada moving into central New York for Saturday as well as Sunday, keeping things quiet before more showers and storms return for Monday and Tuesday of this coming week. So our skycast, temperatures tonight cooling down into the upper 50s to low 60s. Patchy fog, patchy dense fog is possible in areas that saw some pretty considerable rainfall today. And then that fog should lift by the late morning to early afternoon. A spotty shower possible, but that chance is low as temperatures climb up into the upper 70s and plenty of sunshine moves in by the afternoon and evening. Overnight lows tomorrow night down into the upper 40s to low 50s with clear skies expected for Sunday afternoon. A mixture of high-level clouds moving in by the evening with high temperatures climbing up into the upper 70s to low 80s. So recap for tonight, low 57 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Those showers and storms do come to an end. We have a nice day tomorrow with highs approaching the mid to upper 70s. After the beautiful first weekend of August, things turn unsettled once more for Monday. Storms could be on the stronger side for that day. We'll keep you updated throughout the weekend on that. Additional storms Tuesday, drying out Wednesday before additional rain and showers and storms return Thursday and Friday.
Just Eric Gage, boy, Bill took a day off, didn't he? And it was quite eventful for you. We saw lightning even here tonight.
Yeah, he took a great day off at least. And yeah, we did have this storm that rolled through the Utica area. We actually went live on Facebook about a half hour or so. And this was weekly rotating. We were monitoring this storm right here and noticed a lot of you that were in the Utica area definitely noticed the heavy rain, the lightning being the main thing, a huge lightning show as a matter of fact right here. You can see those flashes. And that lightning as well as gusty winds, even some people reported hail as well. And for the most part tonight, things are going to be winding down. Most of that severe weather that we saw earlier is over with. Those long duration storms that unfortunately impacted those homes that were flooded.
Right.
In fact, let's take a look at some damage that was sent in. This is from Sherry on Dutch Valley Road in Edmiston. This road is completely washed out. Also from earlier tonight, this was a road washed out on Steuben Road in Poland from Jim Henderson. Plenty of hail that looked like snow sent in from Sarah in Schuyler. And take a look at this. A lightning bolt stripped the bark off this tree right here. So definitely all the risks associated with these storms were pretty much verified today through and through. In a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, just a single isolated storm moving just south of Utica right now. Should be approaching Paris and in areas over to Chadwick's within the next few minutes or so. But again, tonight, quieting down, lows down into the upper 50s to low 60s. We're tracking a very nice weekend ahead. Look at that full forecast is coming up. Back to you, Jason.
Eric, thank you. New tonight, Oneida County.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good evening and welcome back. Well, quite an active day weather-wise with storms, flood reports, in fact, flood damage, hail being reported as well as lightning. So pretty much the entire mixed bag of storms moved through most of the area throughout the day today. Here's a live look at our Nexus camera. Things are quiet now. For the most part, we are monitoring a single very small storm just south of the valley on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's all by itself, though. Around the area, things are quiet. That storm that moved through Utica weakened by the time it reached the St. Johnsville area. So for now, things are looking to remain quiet overnight tonight. And for the entire weekend, take a look at this right here. We got rid of all that the atmospheric energy earlier on. We got rid of all those storms and stuff. So now we have quiet weather for Saturday and Sunday. A foggy start. with temperatures climbing up into the mid to upper 70s, and a beautiful day for Sunday with sunshine and highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Now, humidity will be lower, but still noticeable. And the humidity will return once more Monday and Tuesday, so enjoy the fantastic outdoor weather expected this weekend. The storms today were mainly driven by this very strong jet stream that moved over our area. And because of that, these storms were long lasting and they produced a decent amount of lightning, even with the lack of instability we saw here in central New York. So our skycast tonight, things are quieting down. Patchy fog possible in areas that saw plenty of rain today. And then early tomorrow morning, that clears out. And then by tomorrow afternoon, just a chance for a brief isolated shower. But for the most part, it looked to remain entirely dry, with high temperatures climbing up into the mid to upper 70s. Clear skies continue into early Sunday morning, with lows falling into the upper 40s to low 50s. So a cool night in store for us tomorrow night. But by tomorrow, at least by Sunday afternoon, temperatures come up into the upper 70s to low 80s with, again, plenty of sunshine. Clouds start to increase as rainfall chances begin to arrive by Monday. So for tonight, low 57 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Those storms are coming to an end. A nice day tomorrow with highs approaching the mid to upper 70s. Our 7-day forecast, fantastic outdoor weather for Saturday and Sunday. If you want to get some cookouts done, some midsummer activities, great weather for that too, because as we head into Monday and Tuesday, more showers and storms. That will continue to linger on for Thursday and Friday.
All right, so you have no excuse to get out and enjoy that.
No excuse. Great weather.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Eric. Coming up next, what are the latest job? No, very active weather day today. An evening, too. This is what we were seeing on our tower cam. This is that Nexus cam. No, this is our tower cam, right?
Nexus camera.
Nexus cam.
We also had a shot of the tower cam as well. As we were looking at this storm approaching from the west, it was producing lots of lightning, and I was thinking, you know, this would be a pretty good lightning show. Unfortunately, heavy rains, ponding on roadways, gusty winds. Hail as well was reported in some areas. And so let's look at the lightning show. A lot of areas saw plenty of lightning today, as well as storm damage. As a matter of fact, we do have some reports here, some pictures, as a matter of fact, of a washed out road, Dutch Valley Road in Edmiston, sent in by Sherry. From earlier today, Steuben Road in Poland was completely washed out for that entire section right there. Also, plenty of hail in Schuyler, sent in from Sarah earlier on today as well. And then finally, this is a cool picture right here. A lightning strike on the tree that split the bark right off the side of the trunk. So definitely all the mixed bag of weather for the entire day today. And currently, things are quieting down. We have a single storm that's just trying to stay alive right here south of Oneida right now. But beyond that, most of central New York is currently quiet, and for the most part, expected to remain quiet for tonight and for tomorrow and Sunday. We're tracking very nice weather for the weekend ahead. I'll go into more detail coming up. Back to you, Jason.
All right. Thank you, Eric.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good evening and welcome back. We are wrapping up a very active day weather-wise with plenty of reports of flooding, considerable flooding, as well as lots of lightning, gusty winds, wind damage, just pretty much the entire mixed bag of storms that came through today. Now things are slowly quieting down. Here's a live look at our Nexus camera looking at downtown Utica. Road's a little wet, but thankfully that one storm has since passed Utica and diminished. We do have one lonely storm on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 off the radar that is since weakening and slowly shifting south, producing maybe a brief rain shower or sprinkle near Hamilton and Madison County. But other than that, things are looking mostly dry for the entire area tonight. Besides that, though, fog will begin to develop, especially in areas that saw plenty of rain today. That will linger into the early start of tomorrow. But the weather does look nice by the afternoon with plenty of sunshine and temperatures coming up into the mid to upper 70s. That nice weather does continue for Sunday. with highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. So expect a fantastic weekend for outdoor weather with somewhat lower humidity. It will be noticeable, but compared to these very humid days we've been experiencing, at least for the past couple of weeks, definitely enjoy these days ahead as humidity does start to return Monday and Tuesday. The storms today were fueled by a very strong jet stream that basically caused a lot of shear into our area, the change of wind speed with height. That fuels longer lasting storms, and unfortunately for some of you guys, you have seen pretty significant flooding issues with some of those storms. Regardless, though, things are quieting down. Water levels should return slowly back down to normal tonight into early tomorrow as things remain entirely dry. By tomorrow afternoon, a stray shower possible, but for the most part looking mostly dry with sunshine and highs reaching the upper 70s, mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow night cooling down into the upper 40s to low 50s, so a cool night in store for us tomorrow night. And then by Sunday afternoon, more sunshine, increasing clouds in the afternoon and evening with highs approaching the upper 70s to low 80s. So a recap for tonight, partly cloudy skies with patchy fog developing, a low of 57. Tomorrow, high of 79. Very nice day ahead. Our 7-day forecast, enjoy the beautiful weekend weather for Saturday and Sunday. Great outdoor weather, I should say, too. As showers and storms return Monday and Tuesday. Monday, storms could be on the stronger side. To keep you posted throughout the weekend on that. Dry weather returns Wednesday, and unfortunately we're back to more showers and storms Thursday and Friday.
So, stellar weekend ahead. That's the bottom line.
Stellar weekend.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Eric. Coming up next,